Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watcher was here with your latest update on the storm. And I'm Hilda, latest update on Tropical Storm Hilda. Here's the latest satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Hilda. As you can see, incredibly high cloud tops, negative 80, negative 90 degrees centigrade cloud tops. Huge amount of convection in that region. Well, more in this region. Showing that the storm is intensifying and is gaining strength. So, considering what we're seeing here, the storm is going to continue to intensify. We could see this turn into a hurricane. It's expected to become, in fact, a hurricane. So up with tropical tidbits, it's still not showing that this is Tropical Storm Hilda. I'm actually going to go back. And I think they need some fixing up on this. And also I need to change the name of the title. Winds remain at 45 miles per hour. Still expected to become a hurricane here. This is it. This is the public advisory. Hilda moving west-northwestward over the open eastern Pacific. Summary of the 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 3 o'clock UTC information. Location is 13 degrees north, 114 degrees west. 735 miles south-southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. The next update will be at 3 a.m. I'm going to let you all know, I'm not going to do an update at 4 a.m. I'm sorry, that's too early. I can't. It's incredibly early. It's killer. So don't be surprised if I don't do one, because I won't. I'm sorry, it's just really just too early. Tropical storm force wind speed probabilities, here you go. 90 to 100% chance. And so the storm is... Even though it's been named Hilda, it still shows that, admittedly, it is frustrating that they're still showing that this has not intensified to a tropical storm, and it's still a tropical wave. And so we certainly have got a lot to look out and a lot to watch with the system as the system is getting more well developed. So, as the East Pacific, we get these storms in the East Pacific. Once the East Pacific begins to calm down, then we're going to start to see systems in the Atlantic start to flare up. And that is going to be a huge problem. Because people right now aren't worried about the Atlantic. People are sort of worried about other things that are going on in the news and stuff. And with COVID coming back, it's coming back, with COVID, another wave of COVID, and globally, United States mainly, right now, people are just all over the place about the vaccines and COVID and, back to quarantine and quarantining and staying away from people and social distancing. People aren't going to realize there's going to be another wave or more storms going through, and it's going to catch people off guard because of how fast it's going to happen. Right now, it's nothing. In 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to be nothing but storms blowing through there. Well, maybe not just like that, but it could be ugly. It's going to be definitely something. We're going to see some intense activity going on, and I still need to edit the stream. I'll have to do that tomorrow because I'm incredibly tired. I've been up for what feels like too long. So this is what we're looking at here right now. So that system right there is going to become a hurricane. Right now it's a tropical storm. You have other systems, but mainly the North Atlantic is going to be the next place I will be looking at. Still got that dark tropical depression in India, producing lots of heavy rain. So again, just to inform y'all, when it comes down to the strength of a hurricane, tropical storm, tropical depression, or a tropical wave, the biggest threat from these systems is going to be the water. If you got a tropical wave, it's going to be the rain, the flooding. Tropical storm, it may even be the storm surge also could be a big threat. And if it's a hurricane, it's going to be the storm surge and the rain. And if it's a major hurricane, it's going to be the storm surge, the rain, and the wind. It had a Category 5 hurricane. Think about it. Haiyan back in 2013 peaked at 195 miles an hour. There was a storm surge that was as if it came all in at once. It was almost like a tsunami. wiping buildings away left and right. The winds were 195 miles an hour. There was a storm surge that came right on through the city, Tacloban. It produced a huge amount of rain, mudslides and landslides. So these storms, are incredibly dangerous and incredibly catastrophic. It's serious what we're seeing with these storms, and what we're going to be seeing with these storms in the future. These storms are going to be getting worse. They're catastrophic right now. But right now, this storm right here is the one that we're looking at, and the one we're going to keep our eye out on, just in terms of what we're going to be talking about. So, right now, winds are peaking or at 40 knots, about 45 miles an hour. I believe the air pressure is down to 1,003 millibars. Might be a little bit lower, might be a little bit higher. I can't remember the exact number. It's still moving to the west, maybe west-northwest. Lots of new convection there. As you can see, these rain bands out here. Rain bands right here beginning to blow up right there. As you can see, very, very high cloud tops, showing that there's some outflow, very well outflow. There's not any wind shear. The storm is very well developed, and it's becoming more well defined this evening. So it's 10 p.m. Central Time. It's incredibly late, honestly. So we're going to be watching the system, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this system. Even though it doesn't have a direct landfall or be affecting land, something to watch, something still to talk about on the Hurricane Watch, with the Hurricane Watch team. This will only be a 30-minute stream. Going to be talking about this and certainly be looking at it, watching that satellite. The fact that it's just expanding there in those last few frames, certainly a sign that the storm is really beginning to intensify and get much more developed. I do want to go to Windy and look at the satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Hilda. Again, it is an incredibly powerful storm in terms of convection. Not powerful as in, it's got a really strong, winds, but it's powerful because it's got huge amounts of convection. Oh, we just went away. Let's just do the last 3 hours. So all this lows, I do want to just sort of talk about it, generally. It's actually kind of far out. I need to zoom in a tad bit more to get a better idea of what we're looking at here. But nevertheless, there is that system right there, that blob of convection that we've been really looking at and talking about here lately, really showing that the storm is getting more well defined. So as you can see, those very high cloud tops. There's that convective burst of energy right there, very, very intense. Seeing with that system right there, that's going to get bigger, and we got this this band of rain right here, coming through here like this. This is an outflow right here. Going to get some outflow, more outflow as the storm does intensify. Should be anything in terms of anything major. Certainly, we're going to be watching it very, very carefully and closely to see what the storm does in the future. Atlantic is going to get active, and that's something I want to continue to talk about every single day I do these updates. Every single time I do these updates, I want to make sure people know that the Atlantic is going to get active so people can prepare. Do what you got to do now to prepare for the hurricane season. Have batteries, have water. Everyone should have at least a gallon of water. If you have a generator, get a generator. Fill it up with gasoline. Do what you got to do. Charge up all your phones. Charge up everything. Have enough food for everyone. Don't buy things that are going to spoil. Don't buy things that are going to go to waste. Buy stuff that you can eat if you lose power during a hurricane. So things that you can just easily leave out. So right now, that's what you need to go get to prepare for the hurricane season, because I can almost guarantee you the hurricane season is going to just blow up and flare up very quickly. And that is something I'm very worried about, because I want people to be ready for that. I want people to understand the dangers of hurricanes and their intensity that they can have and the impact they can have on countries. they can do hundreds of billions of dollars of damage, like we saw with Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Katrina of 2005, Hurricane Harvey of 2017, Hurricane Irma of 2017, Hurricane Maria of 2017, Hurricane Dorian in 2019. So, again, these storms can be incredibly powerful. Yes, that's the main storm that we're talking about, is this system right here. This is the main system that we're talking about. This is the main system we're talking about right now because this is Tropical Storm Hilda. And that's the system that could that is intensifying. The main one we'll be talking about this evening, and then obviously we have tropical, and then we have this one over here, tropical depression right on over here. Can't talk about that. How to intensify to a storm, but it's expected to intensify into a tropical storm. Next update will be at 4 a.m. I will not be doing an update. Now if we are dealing with a major hurricane landfall, update at 4 a.m. The name of the storm is Tropical Storm Hilda, Hilda. That is currently the tropical storm that we are talking about and dealing with right now at the moment. It is, again, not anything. Okay, why is my green screen doing that? I walked away and it just went all out. So that is the storm that we're talking about right now. Gonna produce a lot. It's producing a lot of rain, but it's not happening over any land at the moment. It's just an open ocean storm. The main thing I want to talk about, and I want to make sure I get out there, 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season is going to become more intense. We're going to have more systems out there that are developing, and that is, well, I know, it's over here. I would have pressed it over here. We're not worried about it. They're not going anywhere. But the 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season is going to get active. Get what you need now. Get what you need to get prepared for, and get what you need to be. You know what you need to be. You know what you need to have to prepare for the 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season. Get that now before it's too late. Because I want people to know that 2021, it's going to be a more than active season, unfortunately, and much more above average. And you could potentially have dangerous storms making their way through the Atlantic and into the Caribbean. And it's just something that's really dangerous that has to be said and put into words because of the dangers that we're going to have with the hurricane season. Yeah, 2021 is going to be a bad hurricane season. It could be potentially catastrophic. Mark Sadeth is thinking this could be something like 2017, which had Harvey, Irma, Maria, and Lee, which were some of the most destructive storms. And we also had Claudia that made landfall to Category 1, I believe, in Mexico, in the Bay of Campeche. So, 2021 is going to be bad. And these seasons just keep getting worse. Hurricane seasons continuously keep getting worse all the time. This is really something that I'm looking at and I'm watching carefully. Look at this storm. I really noticed this storm really had a convective burst. So, yes, 2021 is going to be bad. So again, here is Tropical Storm Hilda. There's that huge convective burst right there, producing lots of heavy rain and gusty winds in that region. It is not over land. It's not making landfall anywhere. Just a tropical storm to look out for and to watch. No, it is not going to be Category 5. It's going to be a Category 1, maybe a Category 2. In 2021, can we see a Category 5 in the North Atlantic? Certainly. Possible. We could certainly see a Category 5. Right now, the oceans in the Gulf of Mexico are about 30 to 31 degrees centigrade, which is anywhere from 85 degrees Fahrenheit to about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So the Gulf of Mexico is incredibly hot right now. It is very dangerously hot, honestly, in terms of how hot the temperatures are in the Gulf of Mexico. We have a very, very hot Gulf of Mexico right now is very dangerous. Right now, it is serious in terms of what we're seeing with the Gulf of Mexico. It is honestly and truthfully not safe at all. And for hurricanes, they're going to go in there, and the hurricanes love the hot water. The hurricanes go in there, and they're going to go through rapid intensification. You know, we saw with Hurricane Laura back in 2020. It went through rapid intensification. It was dangerous. It was catastrophic. It was horrible. So, just a little update I'm doing right now. Probably won't even be 30 minutes. So if anyone has any questions, this is just letting you all know this is the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. I don't really have a lot to say except this is it. Time's ticking, y'all. Any other comments, questions, or concerns? How long is the dust? The dust is settling. How long will the dust last? The dust is going to start to settle. Going to be here for probably another week or two. It's going to settle, and then we're going to start seeing those storms coming off Africa. The reason we're not seeing those storms coming off Africa now is because of the Saharan air layer. Saharan air layer is a layer of dust that comes from the Saharan desert from Africa. Oftentimes, its biggest threats is makes you cough here. If you live in the United States, oftentimes the Gulf Coast or the east coast, southeast coast, you do get some hazy skies, which is some of that Saharan dust from Africa. So, certainly interesting to see that. It's pretty incredible. But right now, there's that storm right now. Very, very interesting to see the fact that we're seeing what we're seeing now. With there's system, lots of convection right now. A new convective burst to the north, as you can see, that little convective burst. Pretty incredible right now. Very, very incredible. So, very interesting and dangerous. So, probably going to end this off here pretty darn soon, because I got to go to bed. It's 11, it's 10, 21, 22, I don't know. So that's probably it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. This is just an update on the 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season. Just kind of telling y'all what's going to happen. And then there's tropicals from Hilda. I just continue to go through convection, and we're going to continue to talk about it tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. So several more hours from now, we'll see how much it intensifies. The Hurricane Center will do their next update at 4 a.m. Central Time. That's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. It's just a little update to tell y'all that this is what we're seeing with the hurricane, with this system right here. Lots of convection there. And lots of convection. That storm is getting better organized, and certainly we're going to see this storm become probably a hurricane. So that's it for today, guys. Wonderful rest of your evening. Usually when I have streams at nighttime, they're very usually short, 30 minutes or less. This one isn't even going to be 30 minutes. My eyes are just like, it's hard to even look at my eyes because I'm so tired. But that's it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And with all that being said, peace out.